Hey guys, Nintendo Hodge back here with a response video. I have been tagged. Yep, I was tagged by SlashersElite, Jeff, to do my top 5 most expensive games in my collection. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, but life happens and things happen, and you end up getting sick with the flu for 2 days, so it kind of bumps things back on the priority list. So I got a chance to sit down and do it now. When I first got tagged in the video, I went and made my list up right away going, okay, well, I think these are going to be the games that I want to include in it. And I went back just double check, and a couple games actually flip-flopped. I just use video game price charting as my reference point of what games to use. So without further ado, let's get started. So the number 5 game in my collection, and again, I just did games. I didn't include bundles or special edition things like that. So number 5 is Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. I actually had custom cases created for my loose N64 and my Super Nintendo game, so that's why it's in a case like this. I can open it up and you'll see here that the game's in there. It's not just a case, I actually own the game. The cartridge is a little rough, as you can see, but that's alright. It's a really cool game. It's neat to see games like this get released by Nintendo where they're, as you can see, it says on the front here, advisory, this game is not for anyone under the age of 17, so it's kind of cool to see Nintendo let these games come out. I know it came out near the end of the life of the N64, but it's a really cool, vulgar game, so if you can get your hands on this one, definitely pick it up. That one was priced on price charting around the $80 price mark. So number 4 on the list is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis on the PS2. This is a game I picked up through, it was either JJ Games or Lukey Games. I don't know if anybody's ever bought from those, but they're in the US, and back when the dollar was actually almost par, I'm in Canada, I picked this one up. I got notification that it was available, and I believe I paid, I want to say 45 or 50 US dollars for it, and it's valued at about $70 now, so that was a couple years ago. It's a really cool game. I would prefer it if I could use a mouse and a keyboard with it. Just I'm more comfortable playing those type of games, but it's basically The Sims or Roller Coaster Tycoon or any of those style of games, but in a Jurassic Park world. I know the Xbox version's harder to find and a lot more rare, but I'm more of a PlayStation guy, so this is why this one fit in my collection. So that was number 4. Number 3 on the list is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the GameCube. This is a really fun game. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through it. I play it and then set it down. That's kind of what I do when I play the games. I'll get in a game, play it for a long time, set it down, forget about it, go back to it again. But this one here, my wife picked up on Kijiji a few years back, and I believe she got this in a lot with a couple other games, and I want to say she paid $40 for it, and it was a great score. It seems to be valued at around $100 right now. I've seen it listed for a lot higher than that, but according to price charting, it's sitting around about the $100 mark. It's a really, really fun game. I mean, the Fire Emblem series is a great series, and this just seems to be the most expensive one in the series. Number 2 on the list is probably my all-time favorite Super Nintendo game, and that is Chrono Trigger. Again, I have the repo box done up for these ones here, and this cart is in immaculate shape. I was very happy to add this one in the collection, and I beat this one pretty much a couple months after I ended up picking it up. Such a fun game. I don't know where to start to describe this game. It's one of the best RPGs I think ever made. Yeah, but my quest to find this game, it was a Kijiji pickup, and somebody had it for sale. I believe they were asking $70 for it, and I said, okay, well, why not? Will you take $60 for it? I actually offered them $60, and they said sure. So I went and picked it up, and I'm surprised how much this one skyrocketed. It's at about $110 US now. A couple years ago, it wasn't that high. I guess that's just the way the gaming industry is going with retro games, and everything seems to be skyrocketing. That's getting very popular. So yeah, great game. Again, one of my most favorites on the system. Highly recommend. If you can't play this version, pick up the DS version. It's a lot cheaper, or just emulate it, but play this game if you've never played it and you like RPGs. And before I reveal the number one most expensive game in my collection, I have two games that were like right on the cusp of coming in, but when I checked price charting right before I did the video, they kind of flip-flopped. So I'll just show these two quickly here. The first one is Cave Story 3D on the 3DS. I don't know if anybody's knows about this game. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it was a limited run release game, and I got this one complete. It's got the little slipcover that comes with it, and then if you open it up in here, it's got the manual. So I was very happy to get this. We have friends that live in Ottawa, and my wife contacted them. She found this listed on Kijiji in Ottawa, and I believe the person only wanted $10 for it. Maybe 20, but I want to say it was $10. So we contacted her friend, and it happened to be on her way to her work. So she popped over, picked it up for us, and it looks like it's valued around $70 on price charting now. The other one I wanted to quickly mention that was an honorable mention, and that's Castlevania Bloodlines on the Genesis. This one's sitting around $75 on price charting, and this one I got from a fellow collector who was just getting out of collecting. Got a great deal on it. I believe I paid about $40 or $50 for it, and it's complete mint condition. So back to the number one most expensive game in my collection, and you may have seen it in the background from some of my other videos, and that is Earthbound on the Super Nintendo. This is a really cool story how I ended up picking up this one. It was another Kijiji pickup. Kijiji's been my friend. That seems to be where I get a lot of my good deals. This one was actually in Sudbury when my wife has family up in there, so we go there, I don't know, a couple times. We go there probably once a month or once every couple of months. And we saw this listed, and I thought, well, it's probably a troll, like, who lists Earthbound on Kijiji? So we contacted them, and we had a conversation going back and forth on what they were interested in, and they wanted a PS3. So I found another listing locally of a PS3 for sale, and I believe they wanted $150 for it, and I got it from them for $120, and it was for not one of the fat ones, but the newer gen model PS3, so I paid $120 for it. And then I bundled in a copy of Little Big Planet with it, and we traded that for this copy of Earthbound. So in the end, the copy of Earthbound cost me probably about $140. We were already going to Sudbury to visit family anyways, and it's listed on price charting around $200 now. So this is definitely my most expensive game, and it was one of my better scores, or trades, however you want to word it. The guy that sold it or traded it to us actually had two copies of it, and he was awesome. He let us come in, we turned it on and tried it, and we've actually since then become friends. We've helped get them Blue Jay tickets a couple times now because they live up in Sudbury, so they'll come down to our area and we'll get them Blue Jay tickets. And yeah, so that actually became a friend of it, and he didn't mind helping me out with the trade. He wanted a PS3, he knew I was a collector and I wasn't going to be reselling it. So it was a great story to go with my most expensive game in my collection. So I guess this is the point now where I need to tag some people. So the first person I'm going to tag is Black and Blue 19, and that's Eric. So Eric, you need to give me your most, or give everybody your top 5 expensive game in your collection. Eric's got a great YouTube channel. I like watching his dumpster dives that he's been doing, and just seeing the neat little things that he picks up there, and watching his collection grow and his games room grow. So I'll put a link down to him below and tag him. The second person I want to tag is kind of a group channel, but it's more Frasier, and that's Party Play Gaming. They're a great channel where they do lots of Let's Plays. They travel around, and they're local to where I am, and they go to the different game shows and do videos on those as well. And he's done a couple recently where he's done a couple mystery boxes. I helped him out with that, and it's just great watching Frasier. He's a great on-air guy. So Party Play Gaming, you've been tagged for your top 5 most expensive games in your collection. And the last person I want to tag is Roknot, Robert. Again, he's got a great channel. I like watching his Amiibo theater that he's been doing, where he's taking the Amiibo characters, doing stop animation with it. He did the first season of it, and it was, I want to say 7 episodes. It may have been more than that, but he'll have a link down below of where his channel is. His Amiibo theater is great. He does his pickup videos and collection videos and Roknot. So you've been tagged. You need to provide your top 5 most expensive games in your collection. So I'll put a link down below to all 3 of their channels. Check out all 3 of their channels if you can, and like and subscribe on their channels. They're all 3 great YouTubers. And thanks for watching my video, and those are my top 5 in my collection. Thanks to Jeff for tagging me. I enjoyed making the video. I'm sorry I didn't get to do a little skit at the beginning, but life happens, and maybe next time I'll get some more creativity in me, and I'll be able to do a nice funny video opening like yours. So thanks again. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to game on and game often.